Hi viewers, in this session we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic, bug bounty. We are going to understand what bug bounty is, various platforms available, workflows, challenges, and also explore bug bounty as a career option. Let's start with quick introduction. A bug bounty is the reward offered by organizations when ethical hackers or security researchers identify vulnerabilities or security issues in the products of those organizations and report to them ethically or responsibly. As ethical hackers, how do we participate in bug bounty? So there are various platforms. First type is crowdsourced platform, where third party organizations provide the platform, and then product owners or companies from across the globe host their applications in those platforms for making it available to researchers. Researchers then register to these platforms and then start ethical hacking and hunting bugs. So there are two types of crowdsourced platforms available. First one is public. From the name, we can understand that they are publicly available to anyone. Researchers can go register and then start hacking. Popular public crowdsourced bug bounty platforms are HackerOne, BugCrowd, Integrity, where anyone can go register using their email address and then start exploring the program available and do ethical hacking and bug hunting. After that, if there is a valid submission, the platform will validate the finding and then provide bounty or reward. Next type is private crowdsourced bug bounty platforms. These are for elite security researchers where the platform providers will do their own vetting, do some like interview or test on the researchers, and then researchers who cleared those exams or tests are provided access. They can then start hacking or doing bug bounty on only private programs which are not publicly available. Now, popular platforms for private bug bounty are Synac, Cobalt, and Zerocopter. Next type is individually hosted bug bounty platforms. Those are managed by the organization themselves and direct in nature. So here what happens is researcher can go register in those individual platforms and then start doing security research. After submitting any vulnerability, the company's internal security team will validate that finding, and if it is a valid issue, they will be rewarded. Popular or some examples of individual managed bug bounty platform or programs are Microsoft, Meta or Facebook, Google, and Apple. All these platforms, website links, and details will be mentioned on the description. And we will also create videos exploring each of them separately in the upcoming videos. Now, let us see workflow of a bug bounty program or bug bounty engagement. As security researcher, first thing we need to concentrate is scope. So each of the bug bounty program, whether it is a publicly available, privately available, or individually managed program, there will be scope defined. Scope means what all assets to be tested, what not to be tested, that is out of scope, and researchers need to be always be in scope, otherwise the submissions will not be accepted. Next factor in the workflow is rule of engagement. So each program will have their own rule of engagement or platform provided standard rule of engagements. Rule of engagement means the checklist or the things do's and don'ts. So researcher, when we start doing ethical hacking, we have to be in following some rules, right? So all these rules are already pre-documented by the organization as well as the bug bounty platform. If we violate any rule of engagement, there will be some consequences, right? So we as security researchers always follow the rule of engagement. Next is the triage process. Whenever we submit any vulnerability, there will be triage team. So for the crowdsourced platforms, the triage team will be the crowdsourced platform provider itself. And for individual managed bug bounty programs, triage team is the internal security team of that organization who is hosting the independent program, right? So triage team will validate the finding or submission, and if it is an unique and like non-duplicate finding or submission, then it will be triaged and reward will be provided. So reward is the last step where based on the severity impact, the triage team will decide the reward or bounty amount, and then it will be rewarded to the reporter or submitter of the vulnerability. There are few challenges. First one is quality versus quantity. When there is a publicly available bug bounty program, researchers across the globe start hacking or start doing the ethical hacking and research, right? So all the researchers are not having the same mindset. Few researchers will just be spamming different vulnerabilities or low impact vulnerabilities. There are possibilities of same vulnerability being reported by multiple people or multiple researcher, which will increase the noise. Also, there are cases where some researchers might have reported totally made submissions which are not at all vulnerabilities, they are false positives. So all these things increases the noise and create some challenges for the triage team. Second huge factor is unethical triaging. There is always an human factor involved, right? There is possibility, right? As a researcher, you might have submitted a valid finding, but on the other side, the triage team person may be unethical and they may steal your finding, or they may want to give you less bounty, or they may sometimes want to not give you any bounty at all. So they will take the submission internally, they will fix it, but they will not provide you any bounty with some unrealistic reasoning or unethical reasoning, right? So those are the real world scenarios and examples which happens very often to security researchers. Last challenge is restrictions. So as ethical hackers, we have to always follow the rule of engagement and scope, right? We cannot test outside of scope. We cannot violate any rule of engagement, otherwise we will not get the bounty. So we are given lot of restrictions, whereas real world hackers or black hat hackers, they don't follow any scope and they don't follow any rule of engagement. So my personal opinion is to really provide security for any product under test, the organizations like owning or a team has to be little bit of more understanding and not provide lot of restriction to the ethical hackers. Otherwise what happens, high impact vulnerabilities may not be detected or reported by ethical hackers because it will be not accepted by the triage team saying rule of engagement violation or out of scope submission, whereas they may be real vulnerabilities and critical vulnerabilities when any bad hackers exploit them. So these are the challenges commonly or very often faced by the security researcher and also triage team in any of the bug bounty programs. Let us have the conclusion. So bug bounty as a career option, it is a like highly fruitful career option where skill meets infinite reward. If as a security researcher or ethical hacker you have skill sets, you know how to find out vulnerabilities and you have passion for securing products, then there is no limit for your reward. It is sky high, right? You can earn a huge amount of reward without working for any full-time job. You can just do bug hunting, you do your own security research, engage with different bug bounty platforms at the same time, and then unlimited reward can be earned. But as we discuss the challenges, to overcome those challenges, select the targets wisely. Do some research, understand which targets are fair, which targets the turnaround time is faster. Like once you submit a vulnerability, they do triage fast and they understand your report, understand your explanation, impact, and severity, and then based on that, they provide good rewards. So select those targets wisely and do not waste your time on targets which do not provide you good amount of bounty or who are unethical in nature. Communication is a key to success. So in each state of the bug hunting process, if you are stuck somewhere, if you are in any doubt, right, communicate with the proper channel. There may be help website support, URL support, emails. You can communicate clearly with the bug bounty program owner or the organization itself if it is a like independent or managed program. And whatever doubts you have, if you find some out of scope targets where a critical vulnerability is there, or if you see like there is some violation of rule of engagement but there may be a critical severity exploitation vulnerability available, you communicate those without directly exploiting them. Okay, so when in doubt, it is always a best practice as a security researcher to communicate with the program owner and get clarification and then proceed. Engage ethically. So we are ethical hackers, we are not black hats, right? So whatever activities we do, it has to be ethical. Be in good faith, even if some programs are unfair or unethical. You yourself don't become or don't follow the same bad practice, right? Always be ethical. Whatever you find, report it properly, responsibly. Do not like keep any shells or any bad payloads on the system. So whatever after your test is completed, clear all the activities you have done and also inform the program team. If you are unable to clear your payloads, let them know so that those are not creating any noise or any problem for the programs, right? So always engage ethically, be in the ethical boundary. Whatever we discussed so far, it looks very promising career opportunity, right? But blindly don't jump into bug bounty hunting. Before that, you have to learn all the concept, all the vulnerabilities. You have to understand how to communicate, how to write a report, how to show the severity impact, how to chaining vulnerability. So all these basic and fundamental concepts you must learn before you start engaging on any bug bounty program. Without understanding and learning, if you randomly start doing bug hunting, it will create noise and also you will not be getting the proper output or rewards. Before you do any kind of bug bounty engagement, learn all the concept and then you can easily earn a huge reward. Thank you for staying so far to end of this session. And in future, we will be also creating videos about various platform, how to write report, how to engage with different organizations, how to do testing. All these kind of videos, tutorial videos, we will cover in the next session. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and you will be learning a lot.